Hey, welcome back, my fellow and dear readers. Today we're diving headfirst into a book that claims to hold the secrets to a long and happy existence. This book, Ikigai, the one that I was bragging about a lot in my last video, I read the book and I'm happy to bring my review and my thoughts about it in today's video. But before we jump into the world of Ikigai, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to live a life of purpose and joy? So we are about to embark on an entertaining and reflective journey through the pages of Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. So I've long been curious about this book, and I would say when you grab it for yourself, get ready for some soul searching and a whole lot of wisdom. Before I had read the book, I kept thinking to myself, what's all the buzz about Ikigai? And so when I finally read it, I was captivated by the stories of individuals that are living their own Ikigai and extraordinary lives. From artists to entrepreneurs, these real life examples will leave you questioning your own lifestyle, your own style, your own path, and ignite that spark of inspiration within you, which I think is the whole point, my dear readers. That's why we read these books. We want to gain something out of them. It's not an empty read. It should be a read that leaves me more knowledgeable after than before I read the book. So for example, some of the things that I started questioning about my own life are things that I've been taking for granted. Things as simple as gardening. I've never really been an active gardener. And when you read this book, you find that things as simple as that, just to give an example, things as simple as that actually contribute to your living a happy and longer life. I was surprised. And obviously my attitude from now on has changed, because I used to just think to myself, oh, what does it matter? It's either I like it or I don't like it. And if I don't like it, I'm not forced. It's a world of choices, right? And yet when we have that attitude for some of the small things that keep us close to nature, we're giving up that blessing, that ability to then live a long and happy life. Such simple things. Ikigai. But let's not get carried away in the enchantment just yet. Ikigai isn't all rainbows and sunshine. It also challenges us to face our fears, break free from societal expectations, and take risks. It reminds us that the pursuit of our passions isn't always a smooth ride, but the twists and turns are worth the ride, which is what I was hoping they would do in the book. Because at first I was skeptical, because I said to myself, why would there be one concept out there about how to live a long and happy life? And can everyone be able to apply it within their setting, within their environment, within their context? And yes, the writers of this book admit and point out that this may not be easy for everybody to implement wherever it is that they live. And so they pick some alternatives that those that are outside the Japanese setting, the Asian setting, can use wherever it is that they are, in Europe, in America, in Australia, in New Zealand. We all live on different continents where some of the practices that are mentioned in this book are not directly applicable, or we can't find some of the blessings that they've got in their very close to nature environments where they live. Some of us live in cities where it's all skyscrapers, you hardly ever meet any nature or vegetation. But this book is saying to stay close to being happy, to stay close to your root and your connections and your origins. Find nature every now and then. Go on holiday in the nature reserve. So in order to stay inclusive, this book takes us through a whirlwind tour of the world, exploring how different cultures interpret and pursue their own versions of Ikigai. From the Mediterranean zest for life to the Scandinavian pursuit of hygge, we learn that there is more than one way of pursuing our slice of happiness. There's a multiplicity to how we can approach this search and pursuit of happiness, which is the real thing and the honest truth, because Ikigai isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a starting point, an invitation to dig deep into ourselves and explore that which brings us true joy and fulfillment. And as I've already said, we must remember that our journeys are as unique and as different as we are. And what works for one person might not work for another. Now, don't get me wrong. I found that Ikigai offers practical solutions, real life, everyday, simple solutions that help us to search for our passions and apply that which is practical within our setting and align them with our everyday lives. 3 key things that are mentioned in this book is that we must live in the present moment, we must nurture our relationships, and find purpose in the smallest of moments. It's a reminder to savor life's small delights. And if you ask me, this is what I found to be the root of how the Japanese and others that are scattered around the world that have managed to be super centenarians, which is a term that you'll find in this this book, which is people that have lived beyond 100 years old. And that's marvelous. I mean, how many people in the world get as far as that? What this book says, which I think is where the Japanese get it right, is that even the smallest of daily acts is what they take to be very big and important in their lives. They magnify that. They're not looking for any sophistication, you know. For them, as I've always liked to say, simplicity is their ultimate sophistication. So if you're looking for a book that will help you unpack all the complexity and sophistication about your life and just bring you to the surface with a bit more of critical eyes around how you can just take a few steps back and look at life in simpler terms and start to savor the small things in your life, like relationships, like neighbors, like friendships, like small events in your neighborhood or in your town or in your city, anything like nature, like birds, like the air, like flowers, like your vegetable garden. If you're looking for a book that will just help you start to appreciate such small things in life, then this is a book for you. You know, we can't all be in the traffic jams every day and think that because we are going where everybody else is going, we've got our lives right. You don't have to join the bandwagon and go where everybody's going every single day. What is it that keeps you in the flow? That thing that you do every day, that while you do it, you lose track of time. You don't really care. Nothing matters anymore in the world. Time does not matter. You just keep on doing it because you are sort of in your zone. You're in your element and you are living your best life at that moment. That's what this book is doing. After you read it, you definitely start to question the norms. You know, what we've been taught every day since we were young, that this is what a successful person looks like. A person who lives a happy life. You start to unpack some of the layers of either truths or untruths that have been given to us. So my dear readers, I would say grab this book and let's remember to embark on the journey of joy, to question the norms and find our own unique paths to happiness. You see, it's not about copying anyone's formula, which is why I think this book is not necessarily a formula, like I've already said. In the end, this book is about discovering our own versions of Ikigai and living life to the fullest. Stay curious, keep exploring, and let your own Ikigai shine bright. And as I close, my own verdict of this book is that you should definitely grab a copy for yourself. As I already said in my weekend read video, this is a short read. I read this book in 2 days. 185 pages long, less than 200 pages, which you can cover in a couple of days as long as you're focused. Do not miss an opportunity to learn from reading a book if you can't be present in Japan on the island of Okinawa. You don't have to miss the lessons learned from there. You can get them here. And as I always say, if you have enjoyed my review and my book recommendation in this video, do share it, do like and subscribe to my channel so that you can stay updated on all my new video uploads. So yet again, cheers to more book reviews and recommendations.